Problem number 6. The area of a right triangle is 72 meters squared. If the height is a third the base, what is the height and base of the right triangle? First thing, let's do this. Let's go ahead and write up the equation we're going to be working with. So A is equal to a half times base times height. Okay, so that's the equation that we're going to use to find the right triangle. Let's see. Okay. So the height is a third the base. Let's try to guess this. Does it look like a third the base? I don't know. Close enough. Close enough. Okay. Let's label it some different colors here. So the height and then the base of the triangle. Alright. So let's write down everything they give us here. So the area is equal to 72 meters squared. And I noticed now something I didn't do on one of the problems when we were finding volume. I didn't write meters cubed, I think. Yeah. Anyway, in a previous problem. Okay, now let's write this. Well, let's see. If the height is a third the base, so the height is 1/3 the base. The height is a third the base. So let's go back over here and let's see what we're looking for here. Area is equal to a half and the base times h, which is a third the base. Okay. So we're going to be left with, let's clean this up. A is equal to 1/6, right? 2 times 3, a half times a third, and base squared. Alright, let's plug in what they give us here for the area, which is 72 meters squared. So kind of like in the last problem, we had w squared. Now we got b squared. What are we going to do with this 1/6? Well, we're going to multiply both sides by 6. Right, you're just multiplying both sides by its reciprocal. Multiplying both sides by 6, that 1/6 times 6 goes to 1. And so now we're left with the left-hand side to deal with. And that happens to be 432. 6 times 72. Whoops, wrong color. Is equal to base squared. Now what do we do? What do we do now? Well, something you may not have seen before, and that is, I'm going to show you something new. How do we take care of that? We can't just go b times b. You know, there's not an integer that we can multiply by itself to give us 432. And what we do here is we square root this. I wrote a 6 in there, I don't know. B squared. So we haven't got to this yet, but we will eventually. how to solve for nonlinear equations. When you square root a square, the square goes away. So just remember that. And then we got the square root of 432. Now I'm going to approximate this actually. Do a couple of squiggly lines to approximate. This is 20 point. I'm going to round to 2 decimal places here. Now let's not forget what our units are. We are in meters. Okay, we're in meters. Alright. So we've got the base now. The base is, we're doing a little approximately here. The base is approximately 20.78. And remember, it's in meters. I've run out of room as usual. Now, if we're going to find the height, what we need to do is use this square root of 432. This way we don't get any round off errors. Square root of 432, you can plug that into your calculator. So we have the square root of 432 times 1/3, and I'm getting a height of 6.9. We'll round to 2 decimal places, and we should do 2 little squigglies here. 6.9, actually 3. This should be a 3 here. And remember, it's in meters. Okay, 6.9. Squiggly, 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 6.93 meters. Just rounding to 2 decimal places. Okay. Alright, so that pretty much ends that problem. Learned a couple new things. How to square root of square, solve for b. It's raised to the second power. We'll be going over that in a completely different section coming up. Alright, I'll see you in the next problem.